if you've seen Indiana Jones, the third one, The Last Crusade, if you remember that scene where Indiana Jones is fighting that man on the boat, and there's a giant propeller that's smashing and destroying the boat, and Indiana Jones is punching the guy in the face, and he is saying, "Where's my father? Tell me where my father is, or we're both going to die." And then that man says this epic line. He says, "My soul is prepared. How is yours?" And Indiana Jones realized, you know what? I'm not ready to die. And so he stopped. And so one thing that is time for us to make sure that our souls are prepared and to be a witness like that man was. We're going to die some point. Are you prepared? Have you prepared ahead of time? Are your kids prepared? One thing that I like to do is I like to do what I call spiritual life insurance. One day I'm going to die and my kids might still be here, assuming that they will. And have I prepared them for that? Or have I taught them that everything's going to be great in the world? There's no suffering. There's no evil. When we don't teach our kids that evil and suffering is a part of the redemptive process, then when bad things happen, they think, I guess Christianity is false because God would never let anything bad happen. But God never said that. That's never, if you think about it, did Jesus live a life where he didn't suffer? Of course not. He suffered, and he knew that he was going to suffer. So we have to make sure that our kids know death comes to everybody, that I'm not saying that this is the end of the world now, but one day the world is going to end. And is your soul prepared? Are you prepared? Are your kids prepared? So I've told them, if something were to happen to me, obey your mom, right? And I don't want you to have this attitude of, I'm angry at God. Why would God let my father die, or anything like that, that evil. I think in the United States, we're so used to getting our way that our suffering muscle is kind of weak. It's atrophied because we don't really use it. It doesn't get used that much. Whereas in a lot of cultures where suffering is so common in what we call developing countries, if you notice, they may not have all the amenities that we do, but they don't complain. They're used to suffering. They have so much character that God has built into them in that area. So I would say that's what it's time for. It's time to make sure that we've prepared our kids. This world is not the only world that there is, and this world does have evil and suffering, and it's going to end one day. And my soul is prepared. How's yours?